light and playing in the background. What's going on? What's going on? Back again, back again. Another day, another dollar. Been what up? Cool Moet. Been watching seeing Connor Stallions go on his tour, and been seeing Ohio State fans go crazy like it's the end of the world. Like they don't know how media works, especially during this slow season in college football. We've seen him. He was on On 3. He was on On 3 last week or a couple days ago. He was on Crane and Company. They posted it last night. So they're interviewing Connor Stallions, and Connor Stallions, he want to get them chips. While it's time to get the chips, you better get them. You better get them. You think he going on there to talk for free? No. I know I wouldn't be. So Connor getting his chips. Ohio State fans are melting down about it. And that's what's going on with that. But I've been seeing Ohio State fans mad about it and stuff. And one, people are interested in Connor Stallions. They're interested in him. And I've seen some people say, oh, he's not, because Connor said like 95% of college football does this. Steal signs, that is. But it's not that much. Yes, it is. See, the problem I have when you don't have logic towards football. If you watch the NFL game, what do you see on the sideline? You see coaches covering their face when they talk into the mic. You see dummy signalers. You see real signalers. You see dummy signalers. In NFL and college football, every team has them. So to act like he's saying something that's not known, like, come out the Buckeye mindset. Come on, some of y'all know more football than this to be saying this crazy stuff. Connor ain't saying nothing that you do that we don't know with that. What do you think all these signalers and using different methods to signal in? Because everybody has a sign stealer. That's why you have dummy signalers. Like, come on, this ain't no rocket science. This is basic football, and a lot of y'all done watch too much football to be, no, he's lying. Everybody, yes, they do. What are you talking about? How do you think them dudes are on the sideline with fake signals? But they melting down. They melting down about it, It's just like, bro, I'm not too interested in it. Like, I was watching some of it, but, I'm just kind of over it, but to act like these stealing signs and things like that didn't exist before Connor Stallions and it's not a thing. Come on, you're just being disingenuous because you're a Buckeye fan. You're being disingenuous. That's like football 101. If you really know football, that this goes on. That's why all those dudes are on the sideline doing different signalers, bluffers. There's one signaler and the other guys are faking signals. Coaches covering their mouths. Why do you think they're covering their mouth? Come on, like, this ain't hard to connect the dots on this. Like, come on, guys. But they going crazy. Like, what are you getting mad about? I seen them I've seen them talking about some, what up, what up? I seen them talking about, man, I'm not watching On 3 anymore. They had Connor on. I'm not watching this channel, Crane and Company, anymore. They had Connor on. Netflix did a documentary. You're not going to watch Netflix anymore? Come on. Y'all need to stop. It's the dead season right now. Connor's interesting, and people are going to watch, so they're going to have him on. Like, come on. Like, they didn't ask him the hard-hitting questions. They didn't ask him the hard-hitting questions. You think he's going to come on there and say, yeah, I cheated. I did this. I did that. Jim Harbaugh, he told me to do this. Like, come on. You think he finna go on there and talk to them and say anything incriminating for Michigan or himself? Why would he do that? He'd be an idiot to do that. So before he even went on there, he's probably telling them, don't ask me certain questions. I'm not going to answer them. Like, come on. Like this is like he going on 60 Minutes. He's going on YouTube podcasts. He controls it. He controls it, or I'm not coming on. How about that? Michigan had that too. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, like he's gonna go on there and he's just gonna let them ask him anything. That's not how it works. That's not how media works. When you want me to come on, you want me to come on, don't ask me certain questions. I'm not gonna answer it anyway. But don't even try to ask me. That's how it works. And if you don't know anything about Connor Stallions, he ain't about to sit there and incriminate Michigan like that. That's just not how he works. So, man, they're not asking him the hard-hitting questions. I'm not gonna support this podcast anymore. You Buckeye fans are going insane. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all. Y'all going insane seeing Connor Stallions. Boy, y'all hate that dude. Y'all hate him. Y'all want him in jail. Y'all want Connor in jail. Calm down. You guys made a mockery of college football. I hate to break it to some of y'all, but college football been a mockery, bag man. Hello, it's been a mockery. Now stop. It's been rampant bag man, paying to get recruits to your campus, pay to play. It's been rampant. So what are we even talking about? Oh, that's not as bad. Oh, see, so now we're going which evil is worse? Which sin is worse? Oh, it's not that bad. Do we want to get into this? Do we really want to get into this? College football has been immoral for the longest time. Like, what are we talking about? Ain't no higher ground in college football. I hate to break it to some of y'all, because some of y'all championships that y'all got won, y'all was paying to play. Y'all was bringing that bag, man, when it was illegal. And I don't want to hear that, well, there's no proof. Well, the proof is your player that helped you win the championship said he was paid to play. So there's the proof. So what are we talking about? Acting like college football is just so moral. Give me a break. College football been a cesspool since it was invented. Y'all sitting on here trying to act like you got some type of moral ground. Give me a break. All this type of stuff been going on. It's just oh, this is worse than this. Man, y'all teams been doing whatever they had to do to win for the longest time. That's just a fact. This ain't me as a Michigan fan. This is just saying what it is. Teams, if it ain't the bag man, they find another way to get the recruits however they can. And that's just what's been going on. Been a cesspool. It's been that. You know, so that's just how I feel about it. Because I understand how life is and what's going on out here. It's been a cesspool. Whether you go back to Miami's winning years, Bama with their car dealerships, it's been like this. Like, what are we talking about? Like, there's some super moral high ground in college football. Guess what? I hate to break it to you, even you Buckeyes, that there's not. Because we can go straight back to your boy Maurice Clarett, who said he was getting paid. That knocks off one of your championships. Ineligible. But, you know. So I'm not one of these, you know, some Michigan fans had that moral Michigan man mindset. I don't, because I know how people are. You can say you're a Michigan man. You can say I'm the president of the United States, or whoever you want to say that's got so much integrity. What do they say in the hood? What's the thing they say in the hood? Man, I don't know what he doing. I don't put it past nobody. Which means I don't know what you do when you're not around me. That's what that means. I don't know what you do when you're not around me. I don't know what your skeletons in the closet are looking like. So it don't put it past. It never surprises me when you hear about somebody doing something crazy or something. But I don't know what you do when you ain't around me. I don't know what little Steven been doing. I don't know. Same way with Matt Weiss. I don't know what he be doing when he ain't around me. I don't know what he be doing. Turns out he's a super hacker. I don't know what he be doing when he ain't around us in coaching. He's hacking. He's doing secret, sneaky stuff. How are you supposed to know that? I seen somebody say, "Oh, they're supposed to know." You don't know what somebody is doing all the time. He's doing one of the shadiest things you can do, and you also have to be really really smart to do, which is hacking. People be on here talking like that's something that you're just supposed to know, like that's him, I don't know, owing the IRS or something like that or something. You know, you're not gonna know a hacker. That's why they're called a hacker. Oh, he was doing it for the Ravens, and John Harbaugh was the coach there. You see the connection, Harbaugh to Harbaugh? Yeah, but just because he was working for another Harbaugh, that doesn't mean John Harbaugh knew. If John Harbaugh knew, why would he send him to his brother? Doesn't that sound stupid? Yeah, because neither of them knew. It's like, use the common sense with some of this stuff. Yeah, they both knew, and they enabled him to hack. That's what they were doing. Like, bro, come on with this. Yeah, y'all just take it too far. Like, he was hacking for Michigan to get medical reports. Having a medical report, I hate to break it to y'all, but having a medical report, it doesn't do that much for you. What advantage would you really gain from that as a football coach? Almost none. Almost none. Almost none. oh, we don't know if the star player is in or out. That's the advantage you could get, but are star players always hurt to where you're gonna have to worry about that? No. And a lot of the times you know that from the media. They'll tell you, oh, Abdul Carter's working through something. He's kind of, so it's like, come on. It's just like y'all don't think, y'all done got so tied into this, oh, I hate Michigan, that you don't even think with logic. And hearing y'all spew this stuff, it just sounds crazy. Like, it just sounds crazy. But if you're only in that space, it sounds normal to you. Hey, let's just say crazy stuff. And since it's only us in here, it'll go. It'll go. We can say the craziest stuff in here and nobody will call it out because it's only us in here. So hey, let's go with it. Some of this stuff y'all be saying, it just sounds insane to me. Like, it don't even sound like a reason to do some of this stuff. It just sounds like you don't like them. You don't like Michigan. You just want it to be the worst possible scenario. So you just run with it. You know? So that's kind of it with that, I guess. You know, Michigan, Ohio State, you know, Ohio State's with they cooked. They right now they still cooked, a lot of them, because they just so worried about this Connor Stallions thing. It just bothers them, and they just can't get over it and just wait to see what happens. They can't just wait to see what's gonna happen. But they cannot wait. They just got to get online and just say, oh, this is going to happen. Michigan should get the death penalty. Michigan should be kicked out of the Big Ten. You're making yourself look bad, Buckeye. A lot of y'all making yourself look real bad. I'm going to say this and I'm going to move on. Y'all making yourself look real bad because regardless of everything, what's going on, you're on a 4-game losing streak against Michigan. Yeah, and I don't want to hear nobody saying, oh, it's only one game. No, it don't work like that. We saw y'all get y'all butt whooped or either lose to Michigan 2021, 2, 23, and 24. That's 4. That ain't 1. See, some of y'all done went insane, Slick. Some of y'all done went insane. Because until those wins and whatever else happens, on paper you got your butt whooped. Don't talk to me about your ifs, your ands, and your buts. Talk to me about what it say on paper. You lost. So until something happens, I don't want to hear it. So it ain't let's be real. It's just one win. Nah, in your head, it's just one win. But on paper, in real life, that's 4 in a row. Sorry to inform you. Life doesn't work off your feelings. Life don't work off your feelings, and it don't care about your feelings. It works on facts. Have to get on here and hear this nonsense stuff. Life works on facts. Don't give me your Buckeye feelings. Give me facts. Give me real life facts. And then when the punishment or whatever happens, then we can talk about, oh, it was only one, and you'll have a leg to stand on. You don't got one right now. You on your hoping and wishing. You're on your hoping and wishing movement. Hoping Michigan's natty gets taken away. Hoping wins get vacated so you can say, see, it's only been one win. And also hoping the NCAA saves you from another butt whooping. Hoping, wishing, and praying. That's what's going on. Hoping, wishing, and praying. Save us, please. We want them out of the Big Ten. They shouldn't be able to play football anymore. Boy, y'all sounding super soft. Y'all just won a natty. The soft narrative could have been pushed to the side. But now y'all acting like y'all don't want to play Michigan while you're currently on a losing streak to Michigan. Let the soft era begin. Oh, we thought y'all wasn't soft. Oh, it came back. Y'all still soft. Y'all don't want to play Michigan. You should want to beat the team that's been dominating you, not saying, oh, kick them out the Big Ten. Oh, they should get this. They should get that. Death penalty. So you can get some help on beating Michigan. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing in your spaces, Daniel Henry. I'm seeing this in Buckeye spaces. So all I can go off of is what I'm hearing y'all say. That's all I can go off of. You know, that's all I can go off of that's what I'm hearing y'all say. You know, y'all don't want to play and all this, and NCAA should hit Michigan as hard as possible. Sound like y'all don't want to play the game. Well, you know. See, some of y'all want to beat Michigan again, but y'all want the easiest route to beat Michigan again. Y'all want them to have less scholarships. Y'all want the hammer to hit so they lose a lot of their good players. You see? That's the thing. Some of y'all still want to beat Michigan and play Michigan, but you want it to be an easy win. So Michigan loses all the players, loses more scholarships. So it's not going to be hard to beat them because Michigan, they're not going to have the bullets in the gun to even compete. That's what they want. That's what a lot of them want. You know, but it's neither here nor there. You know, I just had to rant about that because it was on my mind. You know, these Buckeyes, they can't stop talking about the Stallions. They won't just let it go and wait and see. Ain't nothing wrong, and you know, everybody got their own opinion. Do what you want. Ain't nothing wrong with waiting to, you know, want to see Michigan get hammered or whatever. If that's what you want, go for it, whatever. But just to keep bringing it up week after 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 week, it's been like a year and a half of this. Week after week, week after week, week after week, every day, massive breaking news, massive cheating scandal, massive. At a certain point, it's not massive anymore. It's just you really insane. You done went doggone crazy. Connor Stallions done made you go insane, boy. You need to do a Connor Stallions detox. Every day you got massive cheating scandal, massive breaking news, massive Michigan, massive Ward Manual, massive Ward Manual Michigan, massive cheating, massive, like, good God, chill out. So a lot of y'all buck nuts, y'all go into these certain spaces and you get this crazy mindset, because it's crazy. Every day you talking about something that we don't know when the end is gonna come. Been going on for a year and a half, and every day massive cheating, massive Michigan, every day. They do. If you do a live show 7 days out of the week and 5 of them have something to do with Michigan cheating scandal, breaking news, oh, you crazy. Oh, you crazy. You're wild. Like, say I'm making it up. That's some crazy stuff. Now just think if I got on here every day Massive breaking news, Ohio State. Massive breaking news, Ohio State. Every day, 5 days out the week, sometimes 7 days out of the week. Ain't no breaking news every day. Now, come on. I talk about Ohio State every day. Mello, I don't even go live every day. I'm like a fine wine. You see me maybe twice a week, if that. You see me twice a week, maybe once a week. You don't see me like that. I don't know what you're talking about. You don't see me like that. I'm like an attraction that comes around every once in a while. You don't see me like that. You don't see me. Now, you might see me in chats. But it's Ohio State, Michigan pages. So, of course, we're going to talk about us. But you don't see me on here every day talking about Ohio State. No. You see me once in a while. I don't know why. This is my thing. I don't know why y'all want to defend it. They do it every day. Massive cheating scandal. Massive cheating. Massive. Breaking news, Michigan. Breaking news. They do it every day. 4-5 days out the week. I don't know what's the take up for it. That's what they do. That's what they do. So I don't know what's the big deal. Yes, but there's a difference. I go live once a week, if that. Sometimes I don't even go live. Sometimes you don't see me for a week and a half, 2 weeks. They're talking about it every day, 5 days out of the week. So what are we talking about? And they ain't talking about Michigan. They're talking about Connor Stallions. They're not talking about the football program. They're not talking about who's the new player. They're not talking about how good Bryce Underwood will be or won't be. They talking about cheating scandal every time. You'll see us go, you'll see me or Garrison, we might be talking, me and Garrison, we might be on there talking about Ohio State's roster. We might be talking about Michigan's roster. Going back and forth. Now, Steven and everybody else, they gonna light into Ohio State if Garrison is on there, because they just that's just how they go. They can't stand them, so they just go off. But me and Garrison, if it's me and him on there or later, we'll actually talk about football. Michigan football, Ohio State football. Not massive cheating scandal. So, breaking news out of Michigan. There's a difference. I do watch them, bro. I do. And they talk. I get the updates. It's in the title. It's in the title, bro. It's in the title. But Steven hates Garrison. But I try to tell people that come up there, if you come at Garrison sideways, you better be prepared, because if you just have a conversation and you come at him sideways, he probably gonna cook you. He probably will. He probably go. But Garrison makes Steven so mad that he just be wilding. He just be wilding. That's why I told Garrison, if you want to go back with him like that, hey, that's on you. I ain't gonna stop it, because he talking that stuff about you. So if you want to go back, feel free. Hey, whatever. But if you just leave it to football, Garrison's not that bad. As a Michigan fan talking to an Ohio State fan, if you're talking strictly football for the most part, Yeah, so if you talking football, you know, Garrison is good. He gonna talk like a politician sometimes, and that's how he get everybody. But he still, hey, he knows his ball. But if you, he be setting some of y'all up to get Garrison. I guess I'm gonna say he gonna set some of y'all up to get Garrison. Oh, we got him in the chat. We got Steven. Y'all back. Y'all might be friends on the low. I see y'all. Y'all might be friends. Y'all might be friends, Garrison and Steven, and y'all just doing this. Y'all might be buddies. But yeah, so that's it. Buckeye Scoop makes me sick. But it ain't just Buckeye Scoop. You know, I focused on them. It's not just them. It's other Ohio State podcasts focused on this. And if you want to focus on it, it don't bother me like that. But it's just like some of the talking points don't even make logical sense. So that's, you know, it is what it is. What you miss, I've been talking about Ohio State podcasts, mad about Connor Stallions' media tour, and you know him going on Crane and Company last night, the video airing. He was on 3, you know, and some Buckeye podcasts, they're mad about it. They don't like him. They want him to be thrown in jail. They hate to see him, and I'm not gonna watch On 3 and Crane and Company anymore. They're not asking the hard-hitting questions, and nobody else sign steals. Oh, why do they have dummy signalers? If nobody else does it, why do you have dummy signalers? Oh, just to have them there? No, because almost every team does it. That's why. Oh. I mean, to keep it real right now, Mello, everybody's hurting for numbers. Everybody hurting for numbers right now. It's the slow season, you know. Everybody's numbers are a little bit down. As far as podcasts like college football, it ain't much to talk about. You know, you don't get much out of practice, especially as a Michigan fan. But you know, there's just not as much content, which is partly the reason why Ohio State fan podcasts, some of them are talking about Connor Stallions. Because it brings in the numbers. Because Ohio State fans, they hear Connor Stallions and they gonna tune in. They gonna tune in to hate watch, regardless. I want to hear what he has to say, or I'm hate watching because I hate Connor Stallions. I hate him. He disgraced college football. I hate to break it to some of y'all. College football been a disgrace. College football has been a disgrace. College football has been super shady. Yeah, college football has been super shady since forever. That's just how it's been. But I done had enough of that. But now to Michigan. So the word is Bryce is probably gonna start. Mikey Keene is out indefinitely. We haven't got word on why he's not practicing, but I guess it's something slick serious. So you got Mikey Keene out. Bryce is taking the lead, I guess you would say, but they also say Jaden Davis is looking good, which that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me because he's had a year to adjust to college. He's had a whole year to adjust to the college game. you know, from, because I know we overlook this, but going to class, understanding how to manage going to class with also playing football, you know, understanding all of that. Time to learn what you have to do to try to be great and to put that work in. You want to be good, you want to be great, it's about putting the work in. So Jaden Davis has had the time to, you know, get acclimated, you know. So it doesn't surprise me that word is that he's looking way better, you know. Now, of course, we're going to take that with somewhat of a grain of salt because, you know, what happened last year, but it don't surprise me if he has gotten better. That's what you're supposed to do. You ain't supposed to go from freshman to sophomore and you don't look like you've gotten better. You're supposed to get better. That's what the offseason is for. You've had a whole year under your belt. Get better. You know, so that doesn't surprise me. Now, will he be able to take the spot from Bryce? I don't know if he done got that much better, because Bryce is just more talented than Jaden Davis. He's just way more talented than him. I mean, he's more talented. He's more talented than most quarterbacks. So it's gonna be hard to get him off the field, especially if he's putting the work in. You know, if you have talent and you don't put the work in, you can get outworked and you might lose your spot, depending on the coach. But when you have the talent and you put the work in, oh, you're gonna be hard to stop. You're gonna be hard to keep off the field. You're gonna be hard to keep off the field in that type of situation. So, from all accounts, Bryce is putting the work in, on the field, off the field, the film room, you know, everything. So it's gonna be hard to keep him off the field, and I expect him to be the starter, honestly. You know, but it would be nice to have Jaden Davis to have taken a jump just in case something happens to Bryce or whatever. You know, it's not like Jaden Davis was just a scrub, you know. It's not like he's just a scrub. But yeah, what else? I'm hearing they're putting Metcalf. Was it TJ Metcalf? I'm hearing he's working at nickel. So with Rod Moore being out, I'm not gonna pencil Rod Moore in anywhere just yet. So with him being out, TJ Metcalf working at nickel, and then you got Hillman and Mangum, Jaden Mangum, back at safety. I don't mind that. Now I wish Jaden Mangum would have played more last year. I don't know if it was injury or they just wanted to redshirt him in general, but I wish he would have played more last year. You know what I'm saying? But going back to his Michigan State film, he's a rangy free safety. I like him. So we'll see, but if he continues on where he left off in 2023, he should be a stud back there, you know. So hopefully he continues on that journey to being better. Get better. You had a whole year to get better. That's what. If my channel is about anything, and it is this: these players get better. Get better. Every year, every offseason, you have the opportunity, you have the chance, you have the blessing to get better. That's what it's about. Get better. Football is the sport where you don't need anything to get better. All you need is some cones to get better at football. because most of football is strictly footwork. You know, working on your technique. That's most of what football is about. Technique and footwork. You really don't need nothing for cones to get better at most football positions. You know, but are you going to put that work in? You know, and it ain't like these dudes just at college, like they just have cones. They got everything they need to get better. You know, but at the safety position with Mangum and Hillman starting, I'm looking for Hillman. I'm looking for Hillman to become a complete safety. Last year, he was out there knocking dudes out. But now it's time to get better in coverage. I started to see progression of him getting better in coverage. This year, he needs to, I know it all. I can knock you out, I can intercept it. I'm a complete safety. If he does that, Hillman's draft stock is going to shoot through the roof. His draft stock is going to shoot through the roof. Because he out there to do one thing, and that's knock you out. You want to get knocked out, come around this way. Come around this way, I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to send you in the next week. I'm gonna send you in the next week. Matter of fact, get ready to go to the locker room. I'm gonna send you to the locker room. That's the type of dude he is. But he's got to get better at the other things. You know, he's got to get better at the other things. You know, so that's what I like about him. Mason Curtis, I like him also. Our safety room is pretty nice right now. You know, and if Rod Moore can get back sometime this season and play Rod Moore style football, the safety room is right where we need it to be. Now, the one thing that we're thin at corner. We're thin at corner. With Zeke, Josiah, you got Edmonds and Earls. Besides them, those four, we're pretty thin at it. You know, we lost Cody Jones. Pollard transferred. You know, DJ Waller transferred last year. DJ Waller probably would have been starting right now for Michigan. But he transferred, you know, so. I like DJ Waller. I hated that he transferred. You know, but we are thin at corner a little bit. Now Edmonds and Earls, they might be studs. But you still wish we had a little more depth, you know. I mean, we're only two corners at a time. Safety at that nickel. Yeah, we probably gonna play safety at that nickel, like they saying they working out DJ Metcalf. So one of those safeties is gonna be at that nickel most likely, unless it's McBurrows, because McBurrows is kind of a corner hybrid safety kind of guy. But you know, having only four corners, we are thin at corner. So that'll be something to watch, to look after, or keep an eye on, I guess you would say. To keep an eye on. But we only gonna play two at a time. But if one of those dudes goes down, you know, you never know who else might get dinged up, and you know, now you got a problem. You got a problem loading, you know. So with that being said, I expect Michigan to probably add a transfer guy at cornerback. You know, when the portal reopens, I'm probably gonna get a little funny on this bridge. But I expect Michigan to add another cornerback when the portal opens, for sure. For sure. You know. The surprise, you know, I can't think of his name, but the the corner that transferred in last year from UNLV, he started to ball last year. Late last year, he started to ball. I think he had a sack against Bama and was playing well against Ryan Williams, and he had interception against Ohio State. I can't think of his name, but he started to ball. I wish he could have came back. Amir Hall, that's him. He started to ball. Yeah, he started to play very well. And you know, hey, sometimes I jump off my guys' bandwagons too fast. If that's one thing I do, I jump off guys' bandwagon too fast. Because early in the season, I was saying Amir Hall needs to play. He needs to play more. Then he got in a little more, and he was getting cooked a little bit. Then I was like, man, I don't know about this dude. I thought he should play, and then by the end of the year, he was playing and balling. Do I still get credit since I jumped off? Do I still get credit for that since I jumped off his bandwagon? I saw the potential. I saw it. Yeah, I jumped off the bandwagon, but then he turned out to be what I said. Do I get credit for that? No. Okay. But yeah, so you know that's what it is. But the heart and soul, and I'm gonna say this because I'm almost to my wherever I'm going. But the heart and soul of this defense and what you want to do is the defensive line. And I think that's every defense is the heart and soul is the D-line. You know, and I touched on this on Maze's channel, the progression of the players. The progression of it's my turn to put up numbers, lead this team, and to make some money for myself going into the draft. That's what it's about. From Aiden Ojabo to Mike Morris, Jalen Harrell, McGregor, to Josiah Stewart. Now, because Derek Moore, Josiah Stewart last year, Derek Moore stayed. Derek Moore had a lot of pressures, but he didn't get sacks. He didn't get many sacks. He got a lot of pressure. You got to get that sack to cash in on the work you putting in. You got to get the sacks. So Josiah Stewart, he got the sacks. Draft stock went up, held it down. So TJ Guy, it's your turn. Derek Moore, it's your turn. Put the work in now. Get better. Figure out whatever you have to do. Some dudes might need to gain weight. Some guys might need to lose weight. Other guys might be the perfect weight. They just need to work on their pass rushing skills. Do you need to bull rush? Do you need to speed rush? Do you need to work on a spin move? Figure out what you have to do to master your position and go out there and get them sacks and make some money for yourself. It's your turn. It's your turn. So, what's his name? TJ Guy and my boy Derek Moore, it's y'all turn. Go out there, put up numbers, and lead that defensive line. Rashawn Benny. I've been liking Rashawn Benny's game for 2 years now, almost 3. It's your turn. Mason Graham is gone. Kenneth Grant is gone. It's time. It's your turn to lead in the middle. It's your turn. Rashawn Benny is he's a rangy D tackle. You'll see him somewhere he ain't supposed to be, sideline to sideline. That's kind of part of his game. You'll see him sideline to sideline. It's your turn. And even some of those transfers, Pierce and those boys, the transfer from Bama, the transfer from Clemson. Get in there, find your niche, find how you fit in, and make yourself some money, my brother. Make yourself some money. You know, so, and all those other dudes, you know, Etta, Nichols, you know, because we want to go 8, 9, 10, 11 deep on that defensive line, you know. So TJ Guy, Rashawn Benny, and Derek Moore don't have to play all game. That was the problem earlier this year. Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, and the starting front four, they had to play like almost the whole game early in the year, you know. And when they came off the field, we were abused. We were getting abused when those dudes had to come off the field, you know. So you want to have that rotation of guys that you can trust and actually count on. You know what I'm saying? So we will see. Now Steven got mad. Steven got mad because they were talking about Samaj Morgan. Garrison was talking about Samaj. For those that don't know, Ohio State fans, they hate Samaj Morgan because after the 2023 game, I believe, he went off and was calling Marvin Harrison a B, calling number 4 a B, and Ryan Day a B. So they hate him. And they say because he didn't put up any numbers. He had like no stats. So they hate him. It ain't that he didn't have no stats. It's because he got on there talking greasy about your best player and your coach. He was talking real reckless, and y'all can't stand it. y'all know y'all hate that dude. I never seen y'all really hate Samaj. I hope Samaj have a good year, and it would be so sweet to see Samaj go for a $110 on Ohio State, or have a punt return or something. Woo, you talking about hilarious. Because they hate that dude. But if I'm him, that's mission accomplished. That's mission accomplished. I want you to hate me. You Ohio State, I'm at Michigan. I don't want you to like me. Ooh, y'all hate that dude. Ooh, y'all hate Samaj. Y'all need to let it go, bro. That was 2 years ago. Y'all still hate that man because he talked about y'all players. Everybody talk real greasy about y'all, and y'all just can't let it go. Y'all still mad. Let it go. Let it go, Buckeyes. That man ain't did nothing to y'all. You know? But, ooh, if he goes off this year against y'all, man, that would be priceless. Man, it'll be hilarious. Because you know he going to get in that locker room and say something crazy. You know he going to get in there and say something crazy. You know he going to get in there and say some crazy stuff. It don't matter if he didn't do nothing against y'all. He still was on the winning team. So he decided to go. Because this is the thing. He didn't go in there and say, I went off. So you would be, yeah, I went off. He just called y'all B. He just said y'all was B. he really didn't say nothing football related. He really didn't even say nothing football related. He just crashed out and said Marvin Harrison a bit, number 4 a bit, Ryan Day, bitch, on my mama. he really, like, if you really think about what he said, he didn't say anything football related to say that Michigan was better or anything. He just called y'all bitches. That's all he did. He just called some people on y'all team, y'all coach, bitches. That's all he did. He didn't say it. He didn't say, man, I told y'all they couldn't stop me. Man, I told y'all they couldn't stop us. He just said on his mama, y'all some bitches. Really? That's all he really said. That's all he said. You know what I'm saying? So y'all mad like he didn't put up numbers. He didn't say he did. He was just letting y'all know y'all some bitches. That's all he wanted to let y'all know on his mama, that y'all some bitches. That's all Samaj was trying to let y'all know. Woo. Man, so I done made it to my destination. So let me go on in here, get to work. Appreciate y'all joining the live. Garrison, Richie, all of y'all. All of y'all. Let me see what's going on. Hey, Samaj kills me, boy. He a funny dude. But I gotta go and go off of here. I gotta get in here and get it to work. Appreciate y'all joining the live. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.